What's up, everybody? It's Matt from TallyTCG, and today is release day for Abyss Eye in Japan. Now, I know that some boxes got over to stateside a little bit early. Some people got some stuff shipped out super early to them. I'm seeing people already ripping them online and everything like that. You paid too much money for it. I'll tell you that right freaking now. You paid too much for it. So the way we do it, all right, and this is kind of what like the subject of today's video is, for those people out there who are just getting into ordering cards from Japan and everything like that. It's timing. It's 100% timing with the market on release for a set, okay? So typically you're going to get offered 3 price points. If you've got a good supplier, you're going to get offered like 3 price points, all right? You're going to have shipping the week of release, where you will have it in the States the day of release in Japan. That is only good for people who are going to do pre-orders, know that they're going to be able to sell it, go ahead and collect money for it up front and order your product, okay? And you're getting charged a premium, so you need to charge a premium. We've done that before, didn't like it, we quit doing it. The last time we did that was Glory of Team Rocket back in Scarlet and Violet, all right? It wasn't worth it. Your second price point is, hey, it's going to ship from Japan on release day. Now, that's going to be somewhere between like $5 to $10 less a box for you, which is good. All right. But if it's releasing on a Friday, it ain't shipping out on Friday. It's not shipping out over the weekend. It's probably going to ship out on Monday. Your third price point is shipping it out on Monday. All right. If it's going FedEx and you've done DDP, where your duties have already been paid, all right, you're going to have it by Wednesday, Thursday, realistically, all right? And you're going to save even more money. So when a new set drops, just, you can talk about it, you can hype it up, you can talk to people about it and everything like that. Wait until the Monday, wait for the Monday shipping, all right? And just pay the third tier, or place your order the Monday after release. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this weekend, we're going to see a price drop on Abyss Eye. It's going to happen. All right. There was pre-order prices, and I saw people doing them for like 120 to 140, around that ballpark. I saw some up to like 150, but not many. All right. And, then you saw them on eBay. And eBay, you would see them for like $90, $80, $90, and they're like that. That's a really damn good price. It really is. But you need to look at a couple things. Go right into that video description and see, does that include your tariffs and your duties? Because if it doesn't, cool. Go ahead and tack on about 15% on top of that. All right, you've got a 10% tariff, and then depending on how they're going to ship it is your customs and duties fees. It's going to be somewhere around like 3.5 to 5 extra percent. So that's why I say just ballpark it to 15. All right. And then are they charging you from shipping? And then look at the shipping itself. Where is it actually shipping from? Because there is a huge, huge surge of sealed Japanese booster boxes on eBay that are shipping from Vietnam and China. If you go on eBay and you see a price that's better than anywhere else in the internet, and for a sealed Japanese booster box, and it is shipping from Vietnam or China, you should stay away from that, because that is a ripoff. That is a scam, 100%. All right, and if it's shipping from China, you have a even higher tariff fee. All right, so don't even waste your time with that crap. Now, that being said, you can say the same thing for sealed Japanese or sealed Chinese booster boxes, buying them on eBay coming from China and stuff like that. That is where a lot of people get it from and everything like that. And you can get it for around market value on it, where it's about $50 a box and everything. For most of the gem pack boxes, they're around $50. I have still yet to find a reliable and credible Chinese seller for us, where I can import in that stuff knowing that it's good, that it's legit, that it didn't come from a reseal factory, and like that, where we can be in a good price point, you can be in a good price point. I've yet to find that. I've reached out to a lot of people and everything like that. I have done my due diligence, and I've yet to find a solid connection. And so I'm just not going to waste my time with it right now. So anyway, back to Abyss Eye. So earlier this week, we got the reveals for all the different artwork cards and everything like that. We've got a Misty full art. That's going to spike up there. People are going to go absolutely nuts for that. There's a certain group of people who are going to have that freaking card. And you know who they are. You know who we're talking about. And then that Darker Eye looks absolutely freaking gangster. And yeah, I need that. I need that for the PC. If you haven't seen it, we'll throw it up right here. And that thing is absolutely sick. So looking forward to this set. Like I said, we ordered a couple cases and everything like that already. I rolled the dice and just ordered, like 4 or 5 cases for the Monday shipping. And then on Monday, I'm probably going to order some more depending on how the market does. And I know that I'm going to go ahead and sell through majority of that next week. Between people who I've already promised stuff to, people who have hit me up, and everything like that. I know that we're going to go through those first couple cases pretty quick. Which brings me on to the restock. All right, so typically, about a month later, there is a reprint. And you will see the prices drop down a little bit. Not a crazy amount. It'll be somewhere around like 10% drop. And they're like that. Not on market value, mind you, on what, I can buy it for. It'll go down about 10%. And that's when you either say, hey, the set's not selling well, or I don't know how to sell it the right way, which if you can't sell it, you need to reevaluate everything. Because it's Pokemon, it literally sells itself, and you don't really have to try. And if it's selling like crazy, you need to order more than what you're thinking. Typically, when we've got a hot set and it's on fire, my reorder is in the neighborhood of 100 or so boxes, and that will let me coast for a while since we only really do e-commerce. Now, next month, we're vending a show, and in July, we're vending another show, and so I'm going to start bringing a lot of that product with me. So, if you're going to the Panama City 850 show next month, I will have Abyss Eye there. I'm going to be able to move it a little bit quicker. Once we have our physical location, definitely going to be able to move it a lot faster. We're probably going to go back to also selling it by the pack and give people the option. Do you want a sealed booster box, or do you want to buy it by the pack? But you need to have an outlet to be able to move your stuff pretty quick. You need to be able to turn and burn all this product fast. You want that quick turnover. And so that means, how do you price it? Naturally, everybody wants to go immediately to market value. And yeah, market value is market value. It's established by TCG Player and eBay. Same freaking company, by the way. That market value right now is at its highest, and it's going to go down over the next couple days, and it's going to balance out, and then it's going to do a nice little uptick. All right. And you need to start looking into, historical market trends for Japanese booster boxes. Just look at what the last set did. Look what the set did before that. And it's the same little roller coaster the entire time. It's not a roll of the dice, okay? It's pretty much science at this point. It's not a roll of the dice. You just learn how to do it. Learn the pattern. That's really it. If I can figure it out, you can figure it out, okay? I guarantee it. So, you get your nice little restock, you move it as fast as you can, and by the time you're doing that and you're pumping through all that stuff and you got it at a slightly better deal, you're making a little bit more profit, now sales are starting to slow down. So what some people will do is they'll start dropping their price to be like $5 below market. All right, that's a safe bet. It'll get people to look at you and be like, oh, okay, cool. You're losing out on $5 a box. You need to double check what your profit margin actually is on this stuff. All right. It's not like it was a year ago when you were buying a box for 30 and selling it for 70, 80 bucks, where you're damn near doubling your money on every booster box a year ago. It is not like that anymore. Right now, if you only deal in Japanese Pokemon and you're selling it by the box, realistically, your profit margin after your landed cost, okay, and your landed cost is how much you're paying for shipping, how much you're paying for duties and import fees, okay, so that's your tariffs and shit. If you're making 20%, you're lucky. I've got a bunch of different sources that I can get it from, and they're all, like I said, within a couple, like $5 of each other right now. Hopefully after 30th anniversary, the market cools down in Japan and everybody can go back to making a little bit more money. Don't know about that though, since yesterday the Pokemon company in Japan said, hey, for online drops on our website, you need photo identification. That's going to stir some shit up. Now, that is to fight against the bots and stuff like that. And before we rush into a couple things, you have to have a Japanese ID to be able to buy on their website starting in August. All right, so it does lock out the Chinese, the Vietnamese. It locks out you if you've been using, one of the proxy shipping services and stuff, where you could go and make an account on a Japanese website, buy a bunch of stuff, have it shipped to a warehouse or to a person, and then they would ship it to you. They would act as your proxy. And that was a thing. It still is a thing. There's still a lot of people who do it. I have bought stuff via proxy and all that, but I use one of my Japanese suppliers and everything that we get a lot of our Pokemon from, and he's awesome. And and a lot of it is just for what I do on the proxy side of things is I will find like a card that I'm specifically looking for, or a product, or an anime figure that somebody wants. People will reach out to me all the time like, hey, can you get me this? And the first thing I do is I reach out to a couple of my suppliers and I'm like, hey, do you have one of these in your shop? If they don't, I immediately start looking for one online. I find one, I send them a link, and I'm like, hey, can you get this for me and add on to my next shipment? And my main supplier, my awesome dude, Mr. Frickin' T, man, he doesn't charge me a damn thing when I do that. Like, he's like, yeah, you're good. And he was like, I'll add it onto your invoice. I'll go ahead and order it for you now. Doesn't charge me anything extra. He's awesome. Love that guy to death. I know we've gone like over a bunch of different shit and we're completely off the original subject. So let's try to bring it back with a couple minutes left. Abyss Eye. It's going to be an awesome set. I'm really looking forward to it. In July, we're getting Storm Emerald. Okay, that's our Rayquaza set. Rayquaza, whatever you want to call it. Everybody says it differently. I don't know why. They say it one way in the show. Call it like it is in the show. I screw it up sometimes too. It is what it is. Anyway, that set's going to be freaking gangster. We're probably going to do a heavier order on that. And then in September is when we're getting that global release of 30th anniversary. And at the same day in Japan, we're getting the Umbreon and Espeon set. And that is going to be absolutely insane. That's a deluxe box. So if you remember, like Mega Dream, that was a deluxe box. You get the packs that have 10 cards in there. And then Black Bolt and White Flare. In Japan, you had the normal booster box versions, and then you had the deluxe booster boxes. So the Espeon and Umbreon are going to be the deluxe boxes. I don't know if it's going to be two different boxes. As soon as I know, I will relay that information to you. But I'm heading into work right now, and I got to do some stuff. We're also making some deals and some trades today while at work, so that's going to be fun because, yeah, it is what it is. And then afterwards, we got more deals and trades set up. And then tomorrow, we're going to freaking Universal because they're going absolutely nuts with Jaws shit. And so if you're going to be at Universal Orlando tomorrow and you see the mustache walking around, say hi. Love to meet you. Y'all have a good one. And I'll catch you later. See ya.